this is Montek from Riot Games. They're holding me hostage in the Riot offices all weekend, and I only have a second to get this out before they find out I'm here, so listen up. Follow @RiotPendragon and @RiotTamant for some awesome stuff coming up. Look out for chances to win the exclusive Viking Tryndamere skin and get involved in all the shenanigans going on at Dreamhack. If we get enough followers, I might be able to escape while they celebrate. I might be able to get another message out then. I don't know. They keep saying things about cake. I've got to get out of here.
What are you doing?
Hey guys, we're back. Myself, Zinon, the Stoic, and Rivington the Third. We're going to bring this back to you. We have TSM versus AAA against All Authority versus Team SoloMid. They're getting set up. We're actually almost ready for the picks and bans. Daniel, let's see if they are Zinon. Let's see if they are actually ready. He's going to get that lowdown going. And as you saw, the Riot Tamit and Riot Pendragon. Get on your Twitters and crash it for them. Pound esports, get that trending esports. It's what keeps us rolling. It's keeping everybody off the streets. Everybody here in the aAa Convention Center here at Jönköping, Sweden for Dreamhack 2011. And that $100,000 tournament coming to a close. We do have about a day and a half to go on this one. Everything being laid out on the table. We're seeing if these guys are ready for the bans. Looks like they're going to take a quick second.
Yep. So there's a little bit of, yes, there we go, the bands are now starting. Right. And Rivington, I hear that your very, very noble name is actually catching on. I saw that David was Turlington yesterday.
Yes, David Turlington.
Right, we have a Nidalee ban right there.
Bam.
That's aimed at SOAS. SOAS being somewhat of the European Nidalee star. The thing is with SOAS, he can play anything top lane. Vayne banned next. I'm not sure who that would be aimed at, but I think we saw, was it Chaos playing a really strong Vayne before?
I think it may have been KX indeed, yes. Playing that carry for the team.
There's the Rumble ban. And if we can maybe go over to the picks and ban screen so that our viewers at home can see that as well. Rumble's been banned by Team SoloMid now. They are definitely aware of how strong Rumble is in the European meta. And the Twisted Fate ban from AAA. Again, they just don't want TSM to have that very, very strong split push ability. And Big Fat GG just, Big Fat GG, I'm saying Reginald playing a perfect TF. Scary TF even.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to mess with. TSM has been playing quite well throughout this tournament, as well as against All Authority. Both of the two top teams coming out of their brackets, so we're going to have a full best out of 3 here. This match is definitely going 2 games. Somebody's going to take 2, and possibly even a 3rd game, and we will see the aAa being banned by TSM.
That doesn't make any sense.
It may not make any sense to us, at least it doesn't to me, for AAA, not being able to watch too many of the EU regionals. Right. As we were casting the NAs for about 13 hours, slept, and did another 13 hours. So I really wish I got to see more games. Now, I said it earlier to some of the guys from the ESL that I really wanted to be able to see the Fnatic games and a Singed.
Oh man, Freak's heart just broke. Somewhere in the audience he just went, oh, Singed ban. Yes, they showed some amazing stuff on Singed. So aAa, just to go back to that way. Oh, Nunu picked up very, very strong jungle, of course. aAa is not played in Europe. The last time she's played at high level was at the EPS, and SK basically yelled at Ocelotta for picking aAa. And then we have an Ashe and a Nivea, 2 very, very strong picks. Again, Ashe picked so early this tournament. What is going on?
You know, trying to get it on their team, leave it, or take it away, actually, you know, the pick ban, if you will, from something on TSM, Xpecial. Going to be running the Alistar as Rainman is going for the Jarvan. Akuja actually running support, so he's grabbing a Nivea on AAA for somebody as TSM gets their 2 picks in. Now 2 coming in the hands of Against All Authority, Linak and MoMA to make their picks.
I expect an Amumu pick from Linak. Linak is famous for really being only very, very good on Amumu and on Nunu, and with Nunu picked already, there's the Amumu.
Very nice. Good call. Yes, he will be in the jungle.
I would expect Karthus as well. If you have Ashe in your team already, that is one distant initiation. You put the Karthus ultimate on top of that. Karthus was left open. MoMA is a very, very strong Karthus player. That's the next pick that I would expect there. And I just have to say, wow, super tanky on Team SoloMid. This could be trouble. That could be a roaming Alistar. I would be so excited to see a roaming Alistar, something that really belongs to American meta. And we've rarely seen it collide. Oh, wow. A Vlad picked up here. That is interesting. So I would expect MoMA to play a Nivea then. He's not really known for having a good Vlad. And I think SOAS is going to run the Vlad top lane.
So is definitely, they're going to have to grab right now the support that's going to go in place of what Anivia has. Obviously running the Clairvoyance Flash is going to be where their support is. And like you said, the tank, they really only have 2 more spots to put that AD carry in. They can really start doing the damage, and possibly the AP carry, and there it is, both of them. Not so much a carry, but a very good AP Meiji character.
And we saw Reginald being totally outbanned, as they would say yesterday, and Reggie was like, okay, cool, I'll play Annie and dominate with that. That works for me too. So Reginald, definitely not a player you can outban. He is really good on a lot of things. And this guy has been around forever, I think. I think he was dominating already back in the beta. Oh, wow, really? Really? Are you trolling us, Reginald? Wow, come on, do Ezreal, do it! Oh God, what is he doing? What is he doing? Yeah, Eve would be something, and I think he's just practicing his mouse fingers here. He's gonna go with an Annie. I mean, I saw on Twitter that some people requested the Ezreal pick. I don't see it happening though. I mean, as much as I'd like to see Ezreal, it's just too squishy. Once you use your teleport, everybody's just gonna jump on you and kill you.
All right, so here's my combination for this one. Special Pulverize as Rain Man. Well, ever it's going to be maybe switched off. Rain Man could keep on that. But the Jarvan ult.
And then the Tibbers in there.
Into Tibbers right in the center of the Jarvan ult. Right. That's just going to be fantastic. And you have Kaox in there doing his absolute zero channel. Yeah, it's going to be pretty ridiculous. It's not going to happen. That one's definitely a little out of the question because you can't get that close to make everything happen. But nothing's actually out of the question. And so is Sauz is going to go to Kuja, switch around there.
Yes. And yeah, we have a very strong AoE actually set up on the team AAA here. What's going to happen is that Yellow Star is going to fire an arrow, and whoever is hit by that arrow, when somebody's hit by that arrow, Team TSM have 2 choices. Either let that guy die, or stay near him, and then take an Amumu ulti, a Vlad ulti on top of that, and a channeled Anivia ulti on top of that as well, and a Sona just to keep them in place a little more. So that could be the way that AAA want to play this. At any rate, these are 2 very strong lineups. I see a lot of synergy in them, in both of them, and Kaox is a very, very good Corki as well. So a Corki is going to dominate early game, and even if the early game doesn't go well for him, Corki is, I think, the strongest farmer in the game. At least one of the strongest farmers in the game. So Corki is always going to go do well unless the game goes completely against him. And once again, this is the semifinals. Whoever wins here goes into the upper bracket finals. That's not the total finals yet. After that, there's the grand finals. But we are basically in the semifinals already. And oh, Kuja, why are you trolling us? No, the players are of course not doing this on purpose. Kuja dropped out of Champion Selector, and we're gonna have to remake with the same picks and bans. There was a crash apparently.
Oh,
I'm instructing them to do it. Well, we are still on a roll.
Yes.
We have still not had one game that just started. Bam. Good job. As you can see, I am now getting fist bumps.
Well, well, we don't want to be congratulating that it's not working, but it's mostly the players jumping out of the game, wrong picks on the side, not wrong picks, but wrong sides. So we're just going to have to get that fixed up, get everybody set back up, and into the game. Looks like they will be able to do that quite quickly. Yellow Star is back into the room. It looks like somebody else from aAa is actually might be getting a restart just in general on their computer. Maybe didn't like it or just setting some sounds. Go ahead and close. Their league is back up. All 5 are in again, and we are going to have this started in just a few seconds. Go ahead and see if they are ready. Oh, not an English keyboard.
No, it is not going to be blind pick. Well, we don't need to have blind pick. We're just going to go same picks and bans. Yeah. And okay,
there we go.
I'm going to run through them again real quick. And as I sip on this delicious tea here.
Yes. Give us your Mundo screech again.
Mundo.
So there we see Nidalee. They're going to go back down through these. They know what they need to do. They know what to pick and ban. We know who's playing what. Kaox actually grabbed Corki at the end there. The odd one is going to be the jungling Nunu. And we are going to have to see how TSM pulls this off against AAA. These have both moved through their bracket quite easily. And we'll have to see how they now do faring off against each other. Another NA versus EU matchup.
And this is potentially the big one. This is the #1 NA seed versus the #1 Europe seed. That is, well, that could be the grand finals right here, and it could still be. Both of these teams will still have the chance to go on to the grand finals because we have a loser bracket. So even though the losing team here still has a chance at the full prize money at first place, it's called a double elimination tournament, and it's really fair.
a few of those matches before. If you were a little unaware, they were modified best of threes coming out of the match. If the other team was seated higher in that bracket coming out of group play, they only had to win one match. Some had to win two. We saw Fnatic doing that against CLG, a triumphant matchup for them. And, you know, CLG was even saying themselves, you know, Fnatic deserves it. I hope they take it from here on out. So they're even getting a little bit of backing from their opponents that they were able to take down within these matches. And you can just see the camaraderie here, the teams, the community, everybody getting behind the players. And it's just such a great thing to see. And we have everybody into the game. Everybody picks and bans of the same. Very nice by both teams, just getting that done and over with. They're now going to discuss with each other. They have 112 seconds left to do that, just a couple minutes.
And like you said, the camaraderie between the players is amazing. Even after the games, they come, walk up to each other, they discuss what went wrong, what went well, and even the losing teams are completely gentlemanly about it. And game were like, yeah, well, CLG just played so much better than us, and they totally deserved this. And you'll see them sitting in the audience next to each other. Actually, Osaf, the sixth man from Gamed, was sitting next to Kobe24, the sixth man from CLG, in the audience watching this match, and that must have been an interesting experience for those two sixths who are unfortunately not playing today.
And we have just about a minute left in this one. If you guys have not done the Riot Tammet, Riot Pendragon tweet, check that out. Make sure to pound esports. We're trying to get that trending once again. It was trending yesterday.
Was it really?
Yes, it was trending. Very hard. Very hardcore.
Good job, Twitter. Well done there.
Everybody getting the tweets out, making it happen. If you're just joining us on the stream, yes, we are in Sweden. Yes, you are at your house. And yes, we're very sorry. Everybody else here is enjoying themselves immensely. There's just so much to do. We have the free play booth, the spin to win booth where you can win free stuff from Riot Games. And League of Legends swag is what we're giving away. That Viking Tryndamere skin won't be out until the 24th. So you can troll all of your friends with Viking Tryndamere if you're able to grab it here, as well as by answering some of Pendragon's tweets, as well as Tammet's tweets. And those are Riot Pendragon and Riot Tammet, if you want to be able to do that.
The best part of the entire booth, of course, for me, is this area right here, right in front of us, where way too many people are sitting. I'm starting to get worried for the safety of the area, because you can barely pass by, and we are not even in the finals yet. And it's great. So hearts to all of you sitting here as well. Thanks very much for sitting here and watching us and watching these teams. Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. And at the Master as well. Very good there. And we're finally going into this game again.
All right.
AAA versus TSM. Wow. I'm trying not to be biased. They told me don't be biased. And, they have a point. But I kind of do want to see AAA move on here. I want to see what they can do. Because they kind of failed a little bit against Epic yesterday after a great start of the game. And I want to see them just follow through. They always have a strong laning phase. AAA are really infamous for their laning phases. They hardly make any mistakes. They get all the early ganks in. Then they go into team fights, and there is not perfect coordination. And honestly, TSM, the coordination of their team, wow. Reggie is making those calls. Those guys are following Reggie blindly, which is great, honestly. I mean, it sounds stupid, but if you have a good captain and you follow that captain blindly, that just amplifies the power of your team. And we are in the match right now. It's TSM versus AAA. Let's have a round of applause for both teams.
All right, we see Reginald starting off on the fountain, as any other Andy would, getting that stun procced up right away off of his passive, able to just sit there, going to run out and use that last one as he gets himself back into the lane. Let's see how they adjust this one. And they will start heading towards that blue area. Looks like we will see AAA moving down towards their blue as well. And it looks like they will not meet each other within the jungle at this point in time, but it could be more of an invasion here coming from TSM. They've moved out quite far. It's the first time we've really seen them set up in that bush, and it's probably going to be a quick Wraith take coming out of the hands of TSM if they get the chance.
You do not want to team fight against a level 1 Annie, because she has that AoE, that cone attack, and that'll just stun your entire team. And if you didn't know that, level 1 fights are decided by stuns. That's how it is. There are very few abilities that are impactful in level 1 fights due to their damage. And wow, that is really aggressive, that positioning. And that, well, they have an Amumu, so he's definitely going to start with blue. If they had a jungler that starts with golems, this could be super aggressive. They could try to gank Vlad as he walks from tower to tower here, but honestly, I have not seen that outside of a Nunobot video.
They are moving around. No, they're just leaving the bush.
They're leaving it.
I figured actually TSM would do what they did once before in the NA regionals, is where you kind of hide Alistar off in the bush, get him level 2 by farming off the enemy's minions really quick, giving him his headbutt and pulverize, and then starting the match. It looks like they will just go ahead, get this pulverize down onto the race. They're going to take all of those as well. One's just kind of standing there. They're going to give that to Reginald. Looks like he will take mid and have a good amount of experience to start over the mid. And Anivia has not moved yet. They are still leashing, but no, they are invading the entire jungle here, taking Wraiths and Golems.
That is going to throw Amumu back so far. So Amumu, amazing jungler. At later levels, he's really quick. He's really impactful when he does a gank. But first couple of levels, Amumu is super fragile in the forest. And if he doesn't have his full forest, which honestly, he is really gimped right now. He's missing half his XP easily with the Wraiths and the Golems. This is not going to be fun for Linux. Linux is an extremely good jungler with Amumu, but I can see him having problems here. He will probably need to counter-invade. So there is Anivia in the mid against Annie. Annie should be able to dominate these early levels, yes, especially before Anivia has her ultimate. It's going to be very, very difficult for her to do anything against Annie. Annie can get that stun landed. Yeah, there's the stun up again. Stun plus AoE is going to be very, very painful there very quickly. Bottom lane, we see an Ashe and Sona versus, interestingly, a Jarvan. And is that a roaming Alistar? That might be a roaming Alistar. And Corki actually laning top. It took me a while to notice that, but that is just unheard of in a European meta. You would never run a Corki top.
Right.
Corki is always going to be bottom lane, babysitted by a support. So this is really interesting to me.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot different. It's not something you see. He is usually roaming, possibly soaking up a little XP right now since he didn't get as much from when they were in the jungle. It looks like they're going to be heading for a Mumu right here, and they may be able to get him. There comes the Incinerate coming out of the hands of Andy. The Ice Ball coming out of the hands of Nunu, who is able to flash over the wall, but both of them flash to go after him, and they will be able to grab the first blood. Reginald coming out with that one, and that's exactly who they needed to get that one. And Anivia is left to farm in mid. The mentality to play a little bit onto AAA on that one, but they can easily come back from that. Not going to be a really big problem.
The odd one is an amazingly aggressive Nunu, and like we said many times before, Nunu needs to be played aggressively in the jungle, and he's just, he's showing how it's done. That was exactly what they needed there, and that starts them off really well. Not only has half of Amumu's jungle build stolen, he's also given first blood. He is so out of this game right now. He will really need to make something amazing happen, get a real good gank going to even have a chance to get back in. Let's have a quick look at bottom lane here. Jarvan at 14 versus Ashe at 23. That's what you expect with a melee. Even with a farm-heavy melee like Jarvan, you're not going to be able to out-farm Ashe, especially with a Sona babysitting her. And it looks like Alistar is not going to roam. He is going to stay there and babysit his Jarvan. And oh wow, it looks like Reginald is totally fine. That gang just not doing enough damage at all. Reginald's like, yeah, sure, come here. I'll do damage to both of you because he picked up that early kill. He has the double buff. And wow, Annie with double buff, not something you want to see really.
Yeah, they were not able to shut down Annie in mid early. They stole the jungle. He was not able to get bandage tossed as he would like to that early in the jungle. And it looks like a headbutt towards Nunu. Very nice placement by X Special. Does he still have the pulverize? It does not look like he was able to get it off unless it instantly happened in the combo is what we saw. Ashe actually falling to the ground now that I think about it. And it looks like both of those came out. A very nice attempt coming out of the hands of TSM to try to make that happen. Nunu, or Mumu I should say, back into his jungle. Looks like Vlad is taking a good amount of damage up top, but he's also dealing that damage to Chaos right now. And Souls is using that HP. He's going to use his transfusion again to get himself back up into health. And all lanes have pretty much returned to normal right now. Only 1-0, 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this one. A few pings going off to make sure that they know what's going on, if Nunu's there or not. They don't know where Nunu is. Looks like a Mumu is setting up for something up top here, as Chaos could take a good amount of damage here. However, he is level 5. He has all the skills necessary, and he will just be able to back off.
He even had a flash up, so he was perfectly safe in that situation there. So this game is going TSM's way in a strong way. I mean, this is just... They are already 1k gold up. They have 1 kill in advantage, 1 kill advantage. They have a jungler in the enemy team that's really out of the game at this point. And that Vlad does not seem to be able to adjust to having a Corki in his lane. He's getting out-farmed as well. He has to go back already. That's just, that's bad news for AAA. And like I said earlier, AAA are known for dominating the lane phase in the game and then failing in the mid game. So if they're already this far behind in the lane phase, wow. It's looking dire.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a little bit of work here. It seems that we have a little bit of double roam going on. A Blood Boil, so Xpecial and the Odd One can make their way around the map here. Where they're going to go, and it looks like they're going to start invading here, try and catch Amumu off guard. And this is the counter jungle that you always look for. No, they're actually both just setting wards for the counter jungle later. So we'll have to see how that plays into their favor. Looks like Alistar again going back down bottom. Xpecial doesn't want to be losing too much experience, so he's going to be there to soak up some of it, and he sees a lot of damage being done right there. He is going to stay for some XP. Very smart move. Wow. They know Amumu. Keep saying Nunu every time. I know he's at his bushes. And yes, Reginald coming down
aggressively through the
He does have his stun, but there are not enough minions for him to make that move at this point in time.
He has tippers up. He can blow one of them up without any...
Right, like exactly. Once they push back.
Yeah, they just need to be pushed back into the tower, and currently the lane is pushed exactly in the wrong direction.
Just outside of that clairvoyance as well. A very nice stance. Man, it's just outside his range, and they do not know that Reginald is right there waiting for them. They are going to take down these minions as fast as possible. Anivia coming back down to mid as we see, but the focus now into bottom lane. Will they be able to justify Reginald standing in that bush for so long?
Yeah.
He is antsy in that bush right now. The tri-bush right behind the top turret, or bottom turret I should say, the outer bottom turret for AAA, and here it comes, dropping it actually right onto Yellow Star, dodging the Sona, and it looks like he will be able to make it out alive after 3 turret shots. Very well played by the team. The heal by Alistar to also help keep Annie alive. Xpecial doing a very nice job, and very nice team communication there by TSM.
This is going TSM's way really clearly now. This is... Lina needs to be very careful now. If he has this blue buff stolen, then there's really not much he can do for his team for a long time, and that's exactly what they're setting up for. They have, well, they actually don't have the ward. They now have the ward there, which Team AAA are seeing, and the Odd One is going for the blue. Wow, with full backup. Amumu hanging around, trying to steal possibly the blue.
For the smite here.
He is going to try that.
Oh, and he does get his own blue.
This is amazing.
Thank you very much for that, gentlemen.
That was like, yeah, thanks. I didn't even have to take damage, and I get 25 gold for your ward there. Thanks. Good,
awesome. Good
play there. Very patient play from Amumu. I like that.
That is a huge thing in ward placement. He was already, really deterred from his jungle for a long time. That's going to help him out to stay in the jungle and keep himself getting that experience. He's just going to be able to cry all over the place.
Oh, yeah. And those are painful tears.
Rainman and Xpecial down bottom. We can see the ward in the bottom bush.
Oh, wow.
That is...
Annie just considers those waves hers now. She just goes to the enemy jungle regularly and does those waves.
That's Reginald. His placement and mindset in the game, he just feels, the knowledge that he has. He can move everywhere, take this or that out. The ward placement also helping that, as we've been talking about the entire time. We've probably really worn out the idea of putting down wards and saying it.
No, you cannot say it often enough.
You can't, because it does mean so much in the game. And the pings are all over. They want to continue to invade, setting down another one, and they still have 2, 3, 4 wards on the side of TSM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wards on the side of AAA, so they definitely know what the investment means with those.
Oh, absolutely. Look at how bright this map is. We are just seeing team vision at this moment, and we can see most of the map, except for Dragon, which I think is going to be warded by Sona very soon. She has 4 wards ready there. She is probably going to move up there and ward Dragon around the 10-minute mark. That's when you need to start worrying about them sneaking a Dragon. With this blue now, Nunu can go down there and actually make that happen. But he's going up here, and he wants to try to make something happen against Vlad, who already has the pistol, so he should be able to stay at max health if he wants to. Nunu waiting in the wings. We'll have to see if Corki can... Corki goes in, but Nunu doesn't react. What was that? That was a bit of miscommunication between the teams. And Nunu yawning there. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm very sorry.
Looks like Amumu will go down and not really doing much, just doing a little lane presence, and Annie will not see any of that, so it really doesn't make a difference. Looks like they could be going for Vlad up top here. The Gatling missing a few of the alts hitting there. They will ult on, or flash onto him, and the ult. The Absolute Zero popped a little bit early. The Ignite on, however, and he will be able to live here, but he is forced away from his turret. The Transfusion to give him a little bit back, as we see Anivia and Amumu trying to make their way up top. It looks like they could be getting the Vlad kill if they decide to go for it, but that would mean they would lose both lanes, and Odd One is not trying to lose his Oracle right now. Walled in, but on the wrong side. Can they get the ice onto him? Not enough damage. Does the Ignite proc? And it will. Moma goes down. The Oracle is lost, so that's 400 gold plus the kill in favor of Moma. And Anivia is definitely somebody you want to get those kills. A huge amount of damage coming out of the hands of Reginald. And we see an ultimate from Edisauz. Will he be able to do more damage? Yes, KX will also go down. And for 3 on 1 right there, Amumu the only fall. Anivia, will the egg proc? I don't even think so.
15 health.
15 HP, making it away with double buff. It would have been gone to nobody as everybody was dead in that situation. And Jarvan says, I want a piece of this. I wish I wasn't late to the party.
Exactly, yeah. Jarvan is this guy who shows up at 2 a.m. and says like, hey guys, let's party. And everybody's like half asleep already or dead, as the case may be. That was an amazing clash up there. And did you see how quickly that Vlad came back from no health to like 3/4 health?
Exactly, that deceptive Vlad that we talked about before, especially in the one-on-one.
And I have to say that whole clash, it went well for AAA, but it started because soaz made a massive mistake. He made a solo queue mistake there. Farming with pool, really soaz, really at your level, you don't ever farm with pool. You always leave the pool available. And because he farmed with pool, Corki and Nuno could go in and almost kill him there. And that turned into this beautiful, beautiful clash, which I really hope we're going to see on the highlight reel tonight, because that was a highlight for me right there.
Yeah, that was an awesome matchup. And even though the wall was off, but they got the ignite on, the Nunu went down, everybody tried to recuperate and do as much damage as they could. And in the end, there were just too many members from AAA that were converging on that top lane, and they were able to come out with only losing Amumu. Now, Amumu has kind of been taken down a lot, and he's the guy you want to be really tanky. Obviously, he takes the brunt of all the damage, so he really needs to get himself up. We have a level 9 Corki, we have a level 8 Jarvan, and a level 9 Reginald, and there is only 2 level 10s on the side of AAA, which also helps them out, gives them a little bit of an advantage in the insta damage from Vlad and Anivia. Corki going top lane, and it looks like he's going to be trying to take down here. No, Chaos actually from behind gets taken down. A little bit of a surprise there from Moma, picking up another kill for himself. Very nice play. Moma now at Anivia, 4-0.
He is an amazing AP player. He's the one German player on Team AAA. I just feel I should need to point that out right now. But that was great, because you don't ward your own jungle. You just don't do that. This area is never warded unless you have good reason to ward it. And they felt like they were ahead. And Dragon being taken down right now, I don't even think that AAA know this is going to happen. No, they have no idea. They take the turret, so that's nice. But the Dragon control, like we talked about earlier, once you know that timing and you can set up for it, that is so important. And they may just go down as 4 there right now and take Ashe. Oh yeah, Annie coming around top again. She has the stun up. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, this is gonna be painful.
Ooh. Oh my, wow. Sona absolutely melting. The Cataclysm ult from Jarvan onto Yellowstar, not able to make it out. The flash is not up. He used it to get out of that position from the Tibbers and was easily ulted by Rainman. Very nice job. We're going to see Dragon actually coming up at 19:30, so we'll have to see the team position at that point in time. 5-4 now with 14 minutes into the game. Mid turret has gone down. A pretty good push here by Sal's, Linak, and Moma as they continue down the mid lane. They don't really have vision right now except for that clairvoyance they just used. Very nice to let themselves know they have a little bit of time to work on this turret, do as much damage as they can, go home, get some items, and get back into this match.
Especially getting caught here in the frost. That was a beautiful prediction after that CV from Linak, but he gets away. But does he get away? He may not. He has to use his ultimate, and there is no one from his team in the range right now. Annie waiting in the bushes, but she's not getting close. Oh, he flashes out. He should be safe. Blood flashes after him. Wow, he's getting super low, and that should be the kill right there. He pulled just the time and does not manage to kill soaz, and that's the kill on the special there. Wow, I did not think that they had it in them, but there's the off one coming on Nuno right now, and 3 members of AAA are very, very low. But once again, that Vlad maybe can use them. No, he should be down to this absolute zero. He goes down to the absolute zero, and wow, TSM turning this one around once again. The stun holding Annie and Corki back, so they should be fine. And Ashe Arrow hitting the Rainman, and I think both teams have had enough right now, because God, that just looked painful there. I didn't think they had the damage to kill Alistair there. Like, oh, we just found you in your forest with your team coming near you. I guess we'll just kill you.
Yeah, that's really knowing the mentality of the game, the mentality of who you're playing against and how they play and what they're going to do with their abilities. If they use this ability, you know, if he was there to just stand and fight, you can usually tell that somebody's coming on your tail and you're going to have to get out of that position. If it looks like they're trying to run away, you may be kited towards one of their teammates. Or if they use their abilities right away, that's definitely something you want to punish them for, because they're not going to be able to do anything to attack you back other than just right click. So you really have the advantage if you know what's happening in that situation.
Absolutely, yeah. And Annie standing in the bush there, thinking she was hidden with the ward. Unfortunately, this time around, no teleports on Team AAA, so we're not going to see one of these amazing 4-man teleport gangs. Wow, look at Reggie. He is so aggressive. And I have to say about Reggie what you will, I just love to watch him play, because aggressive gameplay is just, it's what makes this game fun. It's what makes shoutcasting fun as well. These guys are just constantly in each other's faces, and it's beautiful.
Looks like we have 3 going bottom. Ash is saying, hey guys, this turret's really low. I just saw Reginald in my lane. Let's get some defense here. And they actually volleyed exactly where Reginald was. Now everybody's going to have to get back to their lanes. Vlad looks like they're going down. And we do have a ping onto Baron. Possibly we need a ward there. They obviously aren't going to take it. But everybody is converging on the side of TSM towards that top area. They are going for blue right now. Drop Tibbers right onto Anivia. Moma just gets absolutely melted.
Wow.
Reginald with so much AP right now. Rabadon 16 minutes into the game, and he is just really someone to be reckoned with. And if the fight is started with the Tibbers, then you're going to definitely see a TSM 110% following through until the end.
That's what we said earlier. When the Tibbers drops, that's just the ultimate go for your team. If your team doesn't go after the Tibbers, it's like, yeah, we just wasted a really long cooldown and a lot of damage output there, and we are vulnerable to their initiation for a while now. But Soas, a little bit out of position there.
Oh, wow. So much damage, and he wants something to do with this one. It looks like they will be able to help. Nunu comes in very strong there with the Blood Boil to pass Annie and really take the Sanguine Pool and not slow down Reginald so he could get away and do the damage he needed to outside. Very well played there. At top, Amumu is getting pretty harassed right now by Chaos. That turret has taken a lot of damage right now, down to 640 health. The mid turret right now for AAA pretty well, and the bottom turret about the same as the top at 580. 2 turrets lost right now for the TSM team. No turrets yet dropped on the side of AAA. So, or other way around, sorry, TSM.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how they play in this.
TSM still in the advantage, I would say, with about 1k gold advantage, a little bit more than 1k gold. I don't know, I like the team fights much better so far from AAA's side, but look at those builds. This is a little strange. Ash going for a greedy pickaxe first build on Infinity Edge. You usually build BF Sword first, even though you have to save a little longer for that. Often you're home and you just have enough money to build a pickaxe. You should normally save for the BF Sword, but I guess Yellowstone knows what he's doing. And like Freak said a couple of times, Ash, not the highest damage output carry, but she does have that huge utility with all the slows and the stun.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to worry. If you're chasing somebody down, you don't have to worry about the speed of your attacks or how much damage you're doing, because you're going to consistently do damage, and that's when you get your team that utility to get in there and go for the fight. Looks like a Mumu is saying, I smell somebody in my jungle. Annie is going to go up top and drop this turret. Reginald is going to be able to get some global gold for his team. We do see Jarvan dropping Sona down bottom. With the clairvoyance, they were easily able to see into that push and take her out. As we see, still a big push here by Chaos and Reginald up at the top, as Alistar and Jarvan continue to push mid. Vladimir and Amumu, however, making their way down to see if they can change that.
Annie and Corky looking for trouble here in the enemy forest. And at the same time, AAA setting up for a potential gank on Jarvan and Alistar bottom lane. But no, they're probably just going to defend the lane right here. But Annie and Corky still top, and they could be going for Moma once again with a flash across the wall. Tibbers comes down, and that should be a dead bird once again. Wow. These guys are super aggressive.
Now we still have some more action going on. We see Sal's being taken down almost here. Not enough damage being done by the spell reel. Of the 2 or 3 spells they had, they were able to pop him up with the flag toss from Jarvan. Xpecial wasn't able to get both of his abilities off right away, and he will continue to just stay down there and help the team out. They're quite low on mana, and we're going to have to see how they take to this. Vlad is being quite aggressive right here, taking a turret shot to the face, unneeded damage, and he's going to take a little bit more, transfusioning some of that back from Jarvan. Popped up, possibly headbutted back into the turret, but Xpecial kind of using his skills out of order there. He maybe could have gotten around him and possibly headbutted Vlad right into the turret, causing him to pool right away, and then allowing to get that kill. Where just about when Dragon is up, it was 1930, and they're going to be able to take that once again with Ward onto Dragon. A very nice placement there, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick themselves up some global gold and experience in that area.
The TSM are pinging the Dragon. They are aware of what's going on. Yeah, they have a ward down here, so they are coming, but obviously they're coming way too late. 26, 25 will be the next Dragon right now. This is very important, by the way, for everybody watching at home. Time the Dragons for your team. Just do it even if no one is paying attention to you. You can always press a Z and get chat log up and check for yourself when the next Dragon should spawn. And being able to be there in time makes so much of a difference, as we can now see that, well, even though they're behind in 3 kills, they're not that far behind in gold. AAA with 2 Dragons up currently on TSM. Super aggressive play that we saw there from Corky and Ani, just sticking around this part of the forest for a very long time, and it paid off with that kill against the Nivea, and they almost went for Ash there, but they were like, nah, our flashes are down, may as well just hang back.
Ooh, Annie, oh wow, taking a ton of damage from Nivea there. Moma doing a ton, actually getting a shot on him with the turret. It was a very well played strategy there. The wall went up, and Moma to clear the minions instantly, causing the tower to aggro onto Reginald, and he also got him with that extra critical magic damage from being frosted as well. So that was very nice. On bottom, it looks like Jarvan is being quite harassed by Vladimir right now with Sona on the back end. The sustained Vladimir being healed by Sona, that's just something that makes you cringe.
Yeah, Nuno's letting up for a gank, but no, he's just cleaning wards. There's nothing much he can do there right now. And I think that Alistar heal actually saved Annie in mid lane there a moment ago. That was a clutch heal if ever I saw one. Alistar, let's see what he's building. He's actually building somewhat AP-ish. That's going to be a Sheen very soon. And even though he has 2 hearts of gold, he is not going to go full on tank. And top, that turret is down. It's nothing Yellowstar could do, especially since he built a Banshee's Veil before any real attack damage. He just has that pickaxe. That strikes me as rather defensive of him.
Yeah, they're really looking for the damage to come from Momo right now, and the utility coming from Ashe with the slow. So we're going to have to see if that really affects their damage in the full team fight. Once we actually see one, we're going to have to see how they're able to focus the people that they need to focus, since they are turning into quite a tanky team. As you said before, Rainman playing Jarvan, the odd one on Nunu, and Alistar, again, more tanky. They are trying to just wipe these minions out in middle here, and they're not going to pursue. They will back up, and it looks like TSM will be able to gather here, figure out what they want to do from here on out, and really wait for Reginald to reinitiate with that Tibbers.
They are letting Vlad free farm bot though, and that is never a good idea. Vlad currently highest CS in the game, and Soas is an amazingly good AP player, so if you just let him free farm like this, it could get dangerous. And yeah, we see the death cap and the Hextech pistol there, plus a blue pot. So blue pot means he definitely wants a clash very soon. That blue pot lasts 3 minutes, and you need to make something happen in those 3 minutes, or it was wasted gold.
Looks like AAA has pretty good control over their turrets and is really battering down on the turrets of, actually no, it's 2-2 at this point, as some of the coins are over the turrets. I could not see it. Middle Alistar was hiding that one. I was looking at the mini-map, but yeah, pretty even on turrets right now, 2-2, 9-6 in favor of TSM on the kills. The money game is not too far away, about 3,000, but that still will make a difference. And as we look at the scoreboard, the highest creep score right now going to Vladimir at 177. He also has a Rabadon's. Anivia also has a Rabadon. So very good builds and a lot of finished items over here onto AAA's side. A Mumu with his Sunfire Cape and continuing to build. It looks like Anivia will now begin to build a Banshee's Veil as we see that Negatron Cloak going in there. The Catalyst Protector already within her inventory, and we're going to have to see how they utilize that. A few more of the Heart of Gold kind of build going on at TSM side, hoping for the long game and that gold rush. But we do see that Annie with her Blasting Wand already going for that Void Staff possibly, and her Rabadons to do all that damage.
And it looks like teams are now setting up for a position on Baron. This is a little early to actually be doing Baron. Well, they could be doing Baron, but not with AAA that close. They are trying to bait AAA in. They cleared wards out, but AAA are taking this slowly, and they're like, nah, they're not going for Baron yet. So they are being very careful. They are in position to stop it should they see a Baron attempt, and they have Ashe around to scout that very quickly. But then hopefully not going to fall for the bait and run into that brush, because that is not the brush that you want to face check. There is a lot of pain hiding in that bush, and it's going to hit you in the face if you face check it, which is why we call it face checking.
Yes, it is called face checking for that reason, because sometimes it is quite painful. Doublelift can tell you this, as he experienced it a few times this weekend. Unfortunately, we'll see 3-on-2 in middle right now with 2 on the outside, so a 4-on-3. Little do they know, Sona joins in, adding a 4v4, but they are pushed back on their turret. They don't want to get any closer than what they are right now, not even passing those barricades into what is the mid of mid, if you will. And it looks like they're just going to quickly take that away. Alistar with a quick heal to his team. We could see Dragon coming up quite soon here. And we'll see how they position themselves for that.
And oh, there comes the arrow in. Oh, it doesn't hit anything, it seems. But they're still going in. Linak bandage tossing in. Yeah, that was a good call on him not to fire the ulti right there. Corki is out of position right now. So because Corki is pushing, they can try to take this. Yeah, there's... Wow, Rainman cut off. They could be going for Rainman right there, but he's obviously not the guy you want to be going for. There comes the Tippers, and there comes the Cataclysm. So much damage there right now. Oh, that looked really painful. The Absolute Zero channeling all the way through, doing lots of damage to Linak and so on. But Alistar still going down, and still 5 alive from Team AAA.
Wow.
For a moment I thought TSM had it there, but the Cataclysm and the Absolute Zero, but just not enough damage there. And obviously that's not abilities that scale very well.
How detrimental it is to get split up from your team. As you said, the Rain Man getting caught off guard and then forced to ultimate into the fight. Something I love to see happen is you know you're going down. You know, if your ult's on a low cooldown, use it. Do as much damage as you can. Unfortunately, that was onto Sona, already back to full health now, and they're able to get this one down, and they are going for the first inhibitor of the game. 26 minutes in, a very strong game by Against All Authority right now. They're going to pop out. That dragon is up. They're going to go ahead and grab that dragon. More global gold from those 2 turrets, and they're going to grab the experience as well, going very well in the favor of AAA at this point. And they really need this to catch up. There are 2K gold behind with their builds. Also, like we said, very well. It looks like Ash, after buying that pick, actually went for her Banshee's Veil right away.
Yeah. That was not a good decision on SOAS to split up there and from Mona. They should have stuck together as 5 and just taken the dragon before TSM could have reacted like this. They're now leaving the dragon open to TSM actually, and you don't want to return dragon control to the other team, or give it to them, I guess, because they never had it. And that's exactly what's going to happen now. TSM are going to take this dragon. They're going to know the timings from now on. And AAA, that wasn't worth it. I mean, SOAS just went and checked their blue buff and took their blue buff actually, but it's obviously not that great on Vlad. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to get you up to 40% CDR with the boots and the Spirit Visage, but yeah, blue buff for Dragon, I don't think so.
Right, yeah, giving that blue buff for some reason to TSM, having full control over if they would have gone to it, walking kind of right by it there, and TSM able to pick that one up, increasing the amount of gold they are ahead. 9-9 though as we even it up. 4 and 4 turrets. Both of these teams going head-to-head right now, leaving it all on the battlefield in this first game. They are going to play a full best out of 3, possibly only 2 matches, as it seems like Against All Authority can really take this match into their favor. Corky just farming away up top, and it looks like we may have something up here by Baron. They're going to go ahead and check blue, but it may be a forced fight here as Amumu lays down that ward in the blue bush. And another ward at the top of the bush. They have 3 wards around that area. They know anything that's going to happen, but what's going on? AAA or Against All Authority isn't on the map. TSM is getting a little cautious about what they're going to do and a little wary that Baron might be going down.
And AAA didn't see that Ani was still bot lane. If they had seen that, they would have gone straight for Baron, would have taken it, no contest whatsoever. But unfortunately, they didn't see that, and they missed a prime opportunity here to take Baron and really get ahead in this game. Their minions are pushing down, obviously, with super minions, and very soon, yeah, TSM is going to have to go and defend there. But Ash, again, out of position. If Ash was there, again, this would be a great time to take Baron. AAA here, not the perfect play, this coordination. I'm not liking it. I mean, yeah, you're getting the bot turret. That's great. You're getting some more farm for your Ash. That's also great. But you could be going for the Baron with all 5. They're going with 4 now, and TSM are actually out of position. They could have been in position for this, and if this Baron goes to AAA, that would be a massive advantage. Why are they falling back?
Knowing that Ash isn't there, they have a full 5-man team, and Ash somewhat doing their damage. They do have Anivia and Vladimir to throw down the AoE ultimates and continue to do damage. Vladimir doing more depending on how much damage he's doing to you overall. So if he can't focus what he needs to, we're going to have to see what happens. And as you know, Freak said before as we were casting the regionals, Reginald having a sixth sense about when to take a Baron or when somebody's taking a Baron. And you know, they played very, very slow on getting to Baron that time, and as soon as it seemed to go for it, they had their eyes all over it. Looks like they are getting pushed down here, and they could get pinched in. Ash Arrow coming up, missing everybody right there. They all have kept us so off guard, and it could be Linek going down as well. Tibbers has been dropped, but Tibbers falls immediately in the AoE ultimate of Anivia, and everybody is very much so split out right now. Kayak only going down a sliver of health. The Ignite will take him down. Moma grabbing another kill for himself at 6-2. The odd one gets away with the Blood Boil, and the Rain Man looking to flag toss over Baron. They will not chase, knowing that he can escape. That will be just an expense of the cooldowns they want to use for somebody that they can find, and they will see that the odd one was trying to take blue. They'll say, no, that's mine, thank you very much, and now Baron should be up for grabs.
Well, I think they're just going to go for a turret. As long as they're Vladimir is still down, they probably don't want to go for Baron right now, so they are going for the turret. It's the safe advantage, and fair play to them. Actually, that was I was surprised that AAA came out ahead in that fight. There wasn't enough focus really from TSM. They had the superior position there going into that fight, but they didn't do anything with it. They let Corky be split up north of the river there, and Corky just took so much damage from Anivia, from the Ignite on him as well. He just went down with the last tick of that Ignite, and that was a fight that again went, I would say, more or less in favor of AAA. I mean, it was 1v1, but they were in the worst position. They were inverted. They were actually pushed on the wrong side of the map. And still, TSM couldn't turn it into a win. And they should be worried right now about Baron because AAA are getting in position once again. I think Reggie's spider sense is going to tingle now, and yeah, he's going to be yelling at the Rainman, dude, get in position.
Yeah, they definitely have those both wards there. They did not, oh, they did see, I was going to say, they just walked right by that ward in the bush, but they did see it pop up red on their map and obviously on their screen if they were looking. And yes, it should be close to Dragon. It did come up around 26, so it's going to be around 32 that it will come up again, but it looks like it could be a forced fight up here as they are kind of pushing in to the bushes. They do have one, no, they took down both wards.
Oh, wow.
TSM put out a Dragon. It looks like Xpecial will go in. He did not think he was going to take that much damage, but they stopped focusing him, and he will have to get out of this one before he goes down. They are focusing on Chaos. Cataclysm Ball coming out of the hands of Jarvan. Will he be able to stop Soos from focusing on the Chaos? And he does. Not able to get out of that one alive. Moma trying to put down the Ice Blast so they can freeze somebody down, and it looks like they will be able to do some damage, but not enough as Nunu also goes down, the odd one. Very nice job by the hands of Moma to come back and help the team, throwing down that ultimate to debuff the speed of TSM, and it looks like both teams actually lose 2 in the tussle, so not a bad fight. Bottom or top lane is being pushed quite hard by minions right now onto that inhibitor turret, and you know, not looking good right now as no outer inhibitor turrets stand for TSM.
They can just take that inhib again. I don't. Actually, TSM can't stop them. If they go in decisively, they will be able to stop them and maybe get some kills as well. That Reginald has full mana again, and wow, that is a lot of damage there on Linak. You need to be very careful, but Reginald is available, and he is picked up very quickly. And look at how low Chaos is. Ashe is going to fall, but she's going to be there. I'm happy. I killed Annie, I killed Corki, what do you want? I can fall. And Moma may be able to pick something else up here. He still has blue buff. He's going to have enough mana. He should be able to escape. Wow. No, he may get picked up here as well. Everybody's extremely low. He should have his egg up, yes, but he's not going to get out of this one, I don't think.
He
but
may
there is
be able, I don't know, someone kind of overextending to help Ashe, though. Or to help Anivia, rather. But they're both going to do what was Kuja thinking in that situation? He possibly going in. You know, Moma did get out alive. It's going to be worth a good amount of money if she's taken down. And she is able to live throughout the entire thing, not giving the blue buff away. So Kuja did not die in vain, and I can go ahead and slap my own hand for calling that one out on her.
That is support right there. Kuja was saying, I know I'm going to die. I have no chance. I'm going to waste my ultimate. If there's even the slightest chance that I can save Moma, not have him give the blue buff to the enemy team, and not have him give all that gold to the enemy team. And that was, that's team play right there. Guy saying, I'm going to mess up my stats. I don't care about stats. I want to win this game.
Exactly. That's the way you have to think. You're gonna be like, I just want my score to be good. That's not really what it comes down to. It's what it comes down to is the team play and how you're effective with your team play as well. And that was a very good job. They could be out of position. We do have some pings going down towards Baron. It's just going to be Nunu, the odd one, checking with the oracles as we head up there to check it out. Everybody moving through the jungle, taking their blue, refreshing that one on Anivia, as again, we just saw Moma stay alive by the skin of his teeth. And it looks like they're going to be able to regroup in middle here, start for another push. They do have the upper hand. They were not able to take down the inhibitor, so they will not be spawning the super minions, which will really help them focus on other lanes because they're just able to wipe through regular minion waves so quickly.
And I have to say, I am a little clueless what's going on here. TSM have been in the advantage consistently this entire game, and almost all team fights, AAA are just looking better. They just seem to be outplaying them. I don't know how they're doing it. They're behind in money, but they're just doing better in team fights.
Yeah, the amount of burst damage that Anivia puts out and just that utility of her slow from the ultimate is really effective in, you know, causing the team to want to disperse. It's almost like fighting Karthus. You want to fight him, but you don't want to stand next to him. Yeah. It's just one of those things you kind of have to choose, make up your mind what you want to do. It looks like Ashe is going to be quite focused here. She does have the Banshee's Veil, so she may be able to dodge the ball, but then it's going to be up to Alistar here. There's the bump, the pulverize. She is up, and she is going to go down right there. Very nice job, and Collective coming out of the hands of TSM.
That was stupid. Why would you be that far extended, that far away from the tower at this point?
232. It's not like she needs it. She has the Zeal. She has a Banshee's Veil and the Infinity Edge. Doing the damage she needs to do at this point. Really needs to build a Last Whisper.
Look at that. Look at the amount of damage put on Linak. He's the tank, but they don't care. They're jumping on Soas now as well. And he just goes down in almost no time at all. And only... Oh, Corki and Annie actually died from TSM, so wow. They will be able to defend it. I was about to say, if that Ashe out of position cost them an inhib turret and an inhib as well, that could turn the game around, but that was an impeccable defense there from AAA. Yeah, they lost 2, but they killed 2, and they killed the entire damage output, and they just said, well, you will not take this tower, you will not tower dive us without any damage. And that was well done again on MoMA, who is really being the superstar right now for AAA. And AAA, it has to be said, for a little bit of European esports history, they had been slumping in the past month or so, well, like a month or 2 ago, because they had a secondary AP who wasn't the strongest AP player in the game, Titus. He's a very good player, but his AP isn't on a level of MoMA's, and as soon as dual AP became the only metagame that was viable in Europe, they just started slumping because Titus couldn't hold up the team. Now with the acquisition of MoMA from Team Dignitas, that obviously fell apart 2 months ago, all of a sudden AAA were not just a contender again, but like the #1 European team. And this guy here, I have to give a shout out to where he's from as well. He's from the Saarland in Germany, which is where I happen to be from as well. It's just showing us how important a strong AP carry in your team is at the moment. And he's just, yeah, he's holding up the team for AAA. He's at 8-2-6. Those are amazing stats. He has the Void Staff. He has a Banshee's Veil and another Megatron Cloak. So he is not going to go down to burst from Annie immediately, at least. So he is definitely going to win or lose the game for them.
Yeah, very smart build going on for MoMA. He's definitely focusing on the fact that, like you said, Annie can do damage. They have the Alistar, and they have the Nunu. She can really dodge the flag toss, not take a lot of damage from Jarvan unless she's jumped onto, but then she can easily get out with the flash. She has that up, and she has been saving it. So we'll have to see how they use it in a fight. A lot of farm going on in this game. Vladimir as So's 235. We're going to have Yellow Star with 246. And another member, we do have MoMA with 231. So huge farm going on for AAA as they start to push this inhibitor. They may be able to take it. It is a 5v5 situation as they move in, and the Siege minions and few Sork minions are going to try to help them do this. Will there be an initiation from Jarvan here? Rainman is quite tanky. His items do include a Frozen Mallet and a Force of Nature, so he's going to be able to take a lot of damage from Annie. Probably get a quick tick, or not from Annie rather, but from the Nivea, I should say.
Wow.
The arrow coming in, one dropped already, and Mumu goes down, so the tank will not be able to help in this fight. They're also able to take down Vladimir there, and it does not look good as MoMA gets himself stuck in a bad pickle. He goes down the Pulverize from Xpecial. MoMA in egg form. Yellow Star getting Cataclysm by Jarvan. Rainman trying to get this kill. Looks like they will be able to steal a red buff there, and they may be able to ace the team. Sona makes it out alive, however, and says, I'm going to keep my oracles. Bye, guys.
This may be the moment that the game turned. I was about to say before this push, wow, look at that. TSM are ahead in gold, and they're still playing on the back foot. They're playing as though they have to defend, and they were baiting this. They were just saying, oh, look, we feel defensive. Oh, yes. We can't do anything. Please don't hurt us. And then AAA just went in, and Linak, did you see that? Did you see how quickly he went down? They are seeing this. AAA are seeing this, but they're like,
yes, they
yeah, so we can't really do much about this.
Yeah, not going to be able to do too much. Sona will not be able to get over there in time. A good amount of damage output coming from Chaos right now to take this one down, as well as Jarvan. He did get that red buff from Yellow Star. Very well played. A great job by TSM defending their own base. Nunu making sure he takes down that ward, and the game has just turned tides now. The turret control still in favor of Against All Authority, but it's going to be really easy for TSM to come back in a team fight. It's not like Against All Authority can really put up a lot of defense. They know they have to back. The poke game is going to be way more, or a lot stronger rather, in the favor of TSM. So they're really going to have to use this Baron right away. Their lanes seem to be quite pushed. If they can get that bottom lane out, and they'll be able to do a lot of damage, and as well the split push.
On the other hand, we do have a 500 AP Vlad and a 416 AP Anivia versus a, 430 AP Annie, and there is no other AP really on their team. I mean, yeah, he built it into a Trinity Force, so he's really going all out tanky Alistar there. There is definitely a lot more damage output from AAA at the moment, but if they can quickly ace the, if they can quickly take down Linak like they did in the last team, and there is no one from AAA who can take damage, and like we said with Linak, he got outplayed so hard early game, and look what he's building. He has a Banshee's Veil, and he has a Sunfire Cape, and now building a blasting one, probably going to go into an Abyssal Scepter. That is not a very scary Amumu. That's not an Amumu that can take a lot of damage. He could jump in there, cry a TO2, and then just, die pretty much. So that's not what you want from your Amumu.
We'll have to see what he can do. Hopefully not getting focused again. Yeah, like you said, focused down pretty quickly in the fight, and it was really easy for TSM to work around that, knowing the Amumu did not have the AoE CC. They were able to run around, split the team up as they wanted, and take him down. Corky going up top. That's going to be Chaos to farm some minions as everybody's backing up. I believe the Blues should be up soon for TSM side. If I am incorrect, then I am incorrect. I don't see anybody with it right now. Unless it was traded off, so we're gonna have to see that. Dragon can also be picked up at this time. It's not like they really need it, and they have actually taken the lead in gold of 61,000 to 5,600.
No, they've always been in the lead. The TSM has always been in the lead.
Oh yeah, you're correct. Yes, you are right.
It's deceptive, but they've always been at least like 1 or 2K gold. And that's what surprised me so much in that push, because they were still 1K gold ahead, and they defended like that. But I believe that was really a bait. And now it's going to be all down to Lina. Can he actually stay alive long enough? Can he get an initiate in where the enemy team doesn't want to just focus him down in no time? And can he get his ulti off as well in a way that actually benefits his team? Like, can Vlad put his ulti on top of it? Can Sona extend the Amumu ulti? And now we're going to see this top inhib turret being under attack, but there is a lot of poke from AAA as well. And yeah, they choose not to besiege this turret. It would not have ended well for them, especially since there is an inner turret still up for grabs, and it's just so much safer to take an inner turret. They may be trying to catch someone in the forest, but if somebody from AAA went into the forest at this point, he should probably be kicked off the team, because this is not a point where you even want to leave the vicinity of your turrets at all. Lina kind of poking the south forest. They should be safe, but I'm not sure why he went out of position like this at all, because now the turret is open, and now there comes the Cataclysm. She flashes out in time, but immediately enough damage on Moma to egg him. There is a Tibbetts going down, but Annie dying to turret shot there. Chaos taking a lot of damage as well, but Soas is going down, and it's 2 down from AAA, but it's 2 down now from the TSM as well. But it's looking like, yes, they can actually defend this inhib turret. This inhib is going to be safe, unless they can kill Yellowstar here. They shouldn't be able to. No, they actually have enough damage offer. Yes, of course. Xpecial has built that Trinity Force. That means he has enough damage offer to quickly drop the Ash there. That Jarvan is gonna... Wow, is he gonna go down? He's not gonna go down. Amazing. He may go down. No, he doesn't pull. He gets out.
Oh, wow. Rainman. Rainman using the double buff and Baron.
And you know, Rainman...
the fullest.
Rainman, one of my favorite players on this team, because he is known for his Teemo. And I'm very, very sad he's not playing his super tanky Teemo right here, but he is still playing a very tanky man who can run very quickly around, so yeah, almost as cute as Teemo as well.
Great gameplay right here, top tier caliber play, and these guys are just bringing it out, leaving it all on the battlefield here on Summoner's Rift. And everybody's going to get back into the game. 7 seconds on Vlad, 20 seconds on Yellowstar. That's So's and Vladistar, Yellowstar, and we have Chaos just getting back into the game, and he's going to start heading out back to the farm, farming the lanes. Pretty pushed right now for TSM. They're going to be able to get out there, get the buffs in their jungle as well, which you should clear as soon as they come up, so the other team can't get it. It's something you should also pay attention to, and as well as donating the buffs. If there's somebody on the team like a Swain, go ahead and give him blue. If you have the Ashe, go ahead, or Corky as he's grabbing red. Obviously, your carry uses that a lot more, and with the range that Corky has, he's also going to be debuffing and slowing people with that.
Yeah, and the top teams are actually timing enemy buffs as well. So the Lizard and Golem spawn every 5 minutes, Dragon spawns every 6 minutes, and Baron spawns every 7 minutes, so 7 minutes after a kill. And top teams that invade the enemy jungle, they're actually going to time the enemy buffs as well, so they can just sit on top of those buffs all the time, and I would definitely expect AAA are doing that. Probably Kuja's job here as the team captain / support player, and I don't believe this. They're just pushing down mid again as though they were ahead, and they are 5k gold behind at this point.
Yeah, that's you know what they did before for the Dragon. They're going to go ahead and push that vision into the base. They're going to head back towards the Dragon, grab that gold for themselves, and it looks like Baron has worn off on the side of TSM. A few of them also went down with Baron on. Yes, that was the last one. Jarvan was to have that as he made it away, so it has worn off. They're able to grab that Dragon, and they're able to make it out alive, not taking too much damage. Obviously, at this point in the game, that's one of the easiest things to take. You're really not going to be challenged for it unless it's a forced fight.
Yeah.
You know, Baron's down. You're really, you know, the other team is really stuck for getting gold, and you're just able to force that fight there. And so far, TSM has been taking these fights a little hard. They were able to put a few in their favor. They were able to put that one in the base in their favor somewhat. I would think it was like a 2-2 loss. And as we come back into this one, it looks like we may see something in middle. Reginald is going to run forward, but back up with his team. The Clairvoyance is down, and that did come from Sona. So Kuja helping his team out there. They saw it. They're going to back off. The jungle invasion is now stopped. Great use of the oracles. Both teams, I believe, having an oracles flying over to Sona. Yes, she does. So they're going to be able to clear both of their jungles and gain control of it. Now, this is a game you usually don't see, is where it's very back and forth. We haven't really had one of these yet this weekend. It's always been somebody controlling the jungle, somebody shutting down the farm of the other team. But there are now 3 members on Against All Authority that are 260 or 250 and above. It looks like Chaos has just broken 300 creep score with 318. The Triforce,
Corky.
the last whisper. Yeah. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, Corky is the #1 farmer in the game, I believe. He's just practically auto farm. You have to try really hard to miss the last.
The auto farm.
Yeah, pretty much that's what he is. You right click his abilities and they have this glowing frame around them and they just go into auto farm mode. You don't have to actually do anything. Well, that'd be nice.
I really like this build on Jarvan. He's got the Randuin's plus his slow ability as well. So if he gets into extra trouble, he can just go ahead and pop that on the one. That's the slot he has it in. Amumu losing his Banshee's Veil there. Still being pretty aggressive in the fight, though. Showing the team he wants somebody to blow some cooldowns. The Sona ult's going to come in. The Anivia ult's going to go down. And as well as the Vlad ult. We'll see if they can get that to go in this one. It could be a forced Baron fight here. Nobody's actually going to go for it. But this is really for the right to have Baron. And it seems that TSM is like, you know what? They're pushed. Let's fly through their base. You know what? Against All Authority is thinking the same exact thing. Who can backdoor faster? And actually, this is pretty much just going through the front door.
And I think that's a base race that aAa is going to lose very, very handily here. Yeah, are they actually going to go for it? Are they going to go for it? Wow, no way. No way. Oh, wow.
Nexus turrets are almost down. The top is down. TSM going through one turret. AAA going through one turret as well. And we're going to have to see who pulls this one out. It looks like it's going to be TSM as they do get the Nexus to go down.
Wow.
Very nice gameplay there. Kuja trying to get the Sona all down to stop the entire attack from TSM, but it was not enough time. Absolutely amazing.
Wow.
On to game 2, please.
Wow. I have not seen a base race in high elo before. This is amazing. And I was going to say, this is the trademark AAA stuff. You go out of position for Baron or whatever, they push down your base. That's what AAA are known for in Europe. And TSM like, well, we can do that too. Look at that.
Wow.
Wow. I did not see this. Did you see this coming?
No. The base race? No way. Never. That was amazing. Chaos ending up with 322 on the creep score, rebutted by Yellow Star's 276. Everybody pretty much on the full item build. That's at the point where you're like, what do I build next? Where do I go from here?
Triple pot, and cross your fingers.
Wow.
A full base race in favor of TSM here. I believe that. So this game, the numbers say that TSM was dominant the entire game, right? They had more gold the entire game. But it felt like AAA were dominant, and it felt like they put the fear of God in TSM. They just team fought so much better, to the point where TSM in the end seemed to think, well, I don't want to team fight these guys anymore. Go for the base. And you know what? It worked out. And in League of Legends, whoever destroys the enemy Nexus first wins. That's the rules.
I don't believe you.
I have a book here somewhere where it says that. Yes, you just need to
By the way.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. This was very much a GG. I love this game. So close, so amazingly close, and I really want to see what comes out next game in terms of bans from TSM. But before we go into that, we could have a quick look at the score screen. If I can get the camera to change over to the score screen, please.
Indeed, it's got some huge builds on this.
Oh yeah, we had some amazing builds from TSM. Super tanky score screens coming up in just a second. Yeah, here we go now. As you said, that Randuin's Omen on Rainman, I love that actually. He can jump in, he can first ulti the enemy, he can slow them with his ability, and then he can put the Randuin's Omen slow on top of that. Whoever gets caught by Rainman doesn't get out. Turns out it's a moot point because they didn't feel like team fighting. Special, very, very supportive kind of build here. 2 hearts of gold, that's okay. the cooldown boots, so he can just keep pulverizing all throughout the fight. And as we saw in that situation against Ashe, he shouldn't have the damage option to kill Ashe, but with the Trinity Force, yeah, he kind of does. And that bull hits like a truck. He has very, very high base damage.
Yeah, it's really going to help him as well to get around the map, adding so much speed. And Chaos also, you know, the Trinity Force as well. So there's a lot of chase down, and that's another reason they were able to get to the base so fast. We're going to see what happened and check out the interviews right now.
Let's cut over to the interview.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew Beagle again, and wow, can anyone believe a base race? I'm here with the, boy, I'm just still like, my heart's beating. How is that for you?
I don't know, I'm shaking right now. It's just like, I don't know, like I've never had it come down like that close, like in like a match that actually mattered, like come down to a point where like it's either one team's gonna win or the other team's gonna win. I mean, it can't get any closer than that.
And you guys had to have been thinking the same thing at the exact same time. At what point did you guys decide, all right, let's do this?
Well, we thought we would be faster because we had already the tower down and just the inhibitor there. But unfortunately, they did it very fast because also the Alistar, and yeah, it was all in and we failed there, I think.
Well, everyone backstage in the broadcast room, we're just white knuckles. The forums are going crazy. We cannot wait to see the next game. Stay tuned. Back to you guys.